Long shift last night, got up this morning and had an email from Beth. Get ready to have a radio interview on the Disaster Survival Network for the St. Louis Preparedness Expo. Power up. Hey.
I just had some guy call me. I just hung up from him, wanting to know if we had the double battery bag with everything in it. And so I told him we did.
We do.
I think it's on our website, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, we do.
So,
just to get my information straight for the radio interview.
yeah.
So where do I find the times for the classes that we're doing?
They are now on our website.
Okay.
I just got that up and on our website last night. So.
Okay. And are we doing any comms lecture
Yes,
this
you're
time?
doing a communications, and you're also going to be doing your wound care in austere conditions.
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. Please enter your access code followed by the pound. Access code accepted. There are 2 participants in this conference. This conference is being recorded. Please announce yourselves.
When they want to go camping and stuff like that.
Good morning, David Pruitt.
Okay, and what product or company is that?
Sure. Our company is called AMP3. That's the Austere Medical and Practical Preparedness Project, and we sell specialty medical gear, preparedness items, and communication gear.
So what are you going to be doing at the Expo?
Well, hopefully meeting and talking to a lot of great customers like the last one. We're certainly going to be doing demos at our booth. And then I think I'm signed up for a number of classes. We're going to be doing 2 suture classes, one on the 24th of October from 2 to 4, and the other one the 25th of October from 1 to 3. So that's a 2-hour hands-on suture and wound care management class. And then I'm also giving a talk on communications for preparedness, and then also a talk on practical medicine in the austere environment. They do have a number of DVDs, and we just finished shooting a DVD that's in production right now on emergency or preparedness communications. We have a DVD on the suture class. We also have a DVD on our big medical kit we call the Outfitter, basically a clinic in a roll. Although that information in that DVD can be applied to anybody's major medical kit, but I go through our medical kit pocket by pocket and demonstrate how to use the items in the kit.
What is that kit called?
That kit is called the Outfitter. It's a pretty pretty extensive kit. It's a rollout panel that has pockets kind of arranged in categories. It goes all the way from trauma to dental.
Nice. I like the way you have it set up.
Thank you. Those
the guy who on before we were talking about medical kits, how you have to shuffle through them, and it's hard to find things.
Exactly. That's why that was designed that way. Every time I've used other kits, you're looking in a bag or trying to fumble around finding something. That panel rolls out and everything is immediately accessible and easily identifiable. And those white strips are meant to label the pockets with a Sharpie, and then you can wipe it off with an alcohol pad if you want to change the contents at a later date.
The product reviews on this are amazing. You've got every single person has given you a 5-star review.
We pay them to do that.
Wow. So you're going to be giving classes on how to use a lot of this stuff?
I'm going to be giving a class on kind of how to deal with splinting and putting on tourniquet and putting on a trauma dressing. But at our booth, I'm frequently doing demos on whatever anybody asks me to. If they have a question on a particular item, I'm happy to demo it.
Where can I find that?
That's on our website, and it's under kits, and it's called the Wound Care Management Kit.
I want to order one of those.
Mainly what we do is try and provide information and supplies and equipment, so if someone needed to manage wounds in an environment where you do not have immediate access to medical care, maybe in a remote setting or a grid down scenario, that you've got hopefully some bit of knowledge and information, and then the equipment and skills to help manage that.
Duct tape is always in one of my preparedness bags.
Yeah, I think duct tape is an absolute must in any first aid kit and any EDC kit, without a doubt.
Now I see you also have amateur radio stuff for your site?
Yes, my wife, my son, and I are both amateur radio operators. I have a passion for communications. I like to, actually one of my interests is communications in mobile and remote settings. So most of my equipment and my talk is based on keeping radio equipment up and running in an off-grid scenario. And we have equipment on our website that helps with that, including battery packs and specialized radio bags that I've developed.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially beginners who are just getting into preparedness and survival, don't think they realize how important amateur radio and ham radio is when the hurricanes or any time the phones go down. The ham radios are still operating.
Exactly. Boy, bless your heart for saying that. I'm a huge advocate for people weaving communications into their preparedness plan, and amateur radio is by far going to give you the most bang for your buck. We just got back from North Carolina and narrowly missed Hurricane Joaquin. I can tell you, as an amateur radio operator, as soon as I was in the area, I was figuring out what the local repeaters were. I even checked in on one of the local nets, made sure my radios were working, and then I closely monitored the NOAA weather alerts while we were there. And I think communications, I tell this to people all the time, it's not very sexy, but communications is probably the most neglected area of preparedness.
It is. I have to agree with you on that. What can you suggest to the beginner?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. First of all, it can be a little intimidating, and the talk that I give on communications for preparedness, and I also go over this in our DVD that's being released, I try to talk at a level that is not intimidating for folks. It's really not that complicated, and it doesn't take a lot of study to get your license and get on the air. I probably learned more about amateur radio and communications after I got my license and started practicing and getting on the air. And the radios can certainly be expensive. Just like any hobby, you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars. We sell 2 radios on our website that are commonly referred to as the prepper or preparedness radio, and that is the Baofeng BF8 HP and also the Anytone Terminator. Those are kind of a low price point, $76 and $176, I believe, and very easy to operate. I kind of go over that in that class as well. The other thing people should get is a scanner and a shortwave radio that has single sideband capability, and I talk about all of that in that class. Absolutely. So number one, you don't need a license to listen. So you can buy a ham radio and you can listen, and you do not require a license to do that. You need a license to transmit, but you can listen without any problem. So you could certainly get a handheld and start listening, and that for sure is going to whet your appetite to go farther and get your license. And I even talk to people about what kind of study resources to get your license. You can also get a scanner and start listening to amateur radio on the scanner and listen to your local agencies on a scanner. That's a good way to stay informed. And then shortwave radio, again, that's just a receiving radio, no transmitting, again, no license. And that's a great way to start listening to amateur radio as well as shortwave communications across the country, and an excellent way to stay informed during a disaster or a grid down scenario. Yeah, radio will always be up, and that's the great thing about getting involved in communications and getting your amateur radio license. You own that infrastructure. In other words, you own the radios, and you're not dependent on any government agency or any established infrastructure. And as long as you've developed, and this is very important, that you've developed a communications plan and have practiced that plan, you will always be able to have communications.
Yeah. I know people who buy extra radios and they keep them in Faraday cages in case there's like
I can tell you all of my gear is, unless I'm actively using it, is always stored in a Faraday cage.
Yeah, I'm a CERT member. It's a wonderful group to be a part of. I got certified in Long Island and living upstate now, and I'm trying to get hooked up with my local CERT team up here. And it's a great organization.
Well, I tell people what a great way to get some really practical preparedness training. A great way to get hooked up with a network of people that are interested in being prepared, and then a great way to practice your radio skills on a regular basis. Worst case scenario, if something were to happen, you've got some great training and you've been practicing your communication skills. You couldn't be in a better situation. Hello? Cell phones. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that last comment. I think our cell phone connection is starting to degrade. Awesome. I'd love to meet you and shake your. I'd love to meet you and shake your hand.
Yeah. I'll stop at the booth and the club.
Awesome. Have a blessed day.
You too. Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, that's interesting. That'll be fun to meet him. Hey, listen, if you're in the St. Louis area on the 24th and 25th of October, please consider stopping by, visiting the St. Louis Preparedness Expo. Come by the AMP3 booth. We'd love to meet you. Certainly would love to shake your hand and hear your stories on preparedness.